No, he was a dinosaur. He did all the obstacles.
Obstacles. Like, go up like the 14-foot wall with these little T-Rex arms.
Coming to you from Charlottesville, Virginia, WillowTalk. With your hosts, Andrew Carter and Ben Fry.
All right, we got Chris Mays here now. Chris, what API do you think was cool from this week?
I thought UI preview interaction was pretty cool.
What does that do?
It allows you to create custom peek and pop animations, so you don't have to go with the whole view controller popping in and then pushing harder and then view controller pushing on the nav stack.
Okay, so you get your own navigation patterns instead of the little bloop. You can kind of define your own.
Yeah, you can define your own animation and it doesn't even have to push onto a new view controller.
Gotcha. Okay, so what you put a little demo app together for us here?
Yeah, so my idea was to kind of like, I was thinking about settings and how you can go like really deep into the navigation stack and then not really know where you are anymore. Like you're showing someone how to turn on a setting and then you're like, oh, how did I get here?
Right.
So I thought, if you just kind of 3D touch here a little bit, it will start to show you your nav stack.
So that's your whole back stack.
Yep.
And then in theory, you could then like hover over the one you wanted to go back to, and then just kind of like hot select that one you want.
Yep.
That's
exactly
super cool. So is it a lot of work to get that done in code?
No, it's really easy. Let's check it out. Okay, so got this stack peek view controller. Be really easy to think that this could be some kind of like base view controller if you want this functionality everywhere.
So this is the view controller that has them lined up.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
And what I'm doing here is conforming to the UIPreviewInteraction delegate, which is really simple. As the user 3D touches, you get callbacks for did update preview transition. So you get transition progress, so you can kind of do your own animation.
So this is like as they press harder and harder and harder, do you get more callbacks?
Yep.
Okay.
And this actually, this isn't necessarily a linear progression. It is actually recognizing the user's intent and could potentially be faster, slower in certain scenarios.
So that's why you're doing this ratio against 100 here, right?
Yep. So this is really cool because this can already work with many animations that have already been created. All you have to do is, if you have a function that kind of says give me this progress and I'll give you the state, then you can already basically have all of this functionality. You just have to set it up with the delegate here. So the way this works is I'm creating a UI preview interaction, setting a view for it to work on. It's very similar to a gesture recognizer where you assign it to a view and then it gives you callbacks when things happen on that view. And obviously you have to set the delegate here.
So you're saying this view controller's view, he's the one looking for that press to happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you could do some really interesting things with this, like maybe even making it so when you press on the nav bar, it shows the nav stack there.
That could be cool. I know like some of my favorite apps, like the old Alien Blue app had a nice, there was like a swipe to go back to the root controller, and there's some cool like go forward kind of things. That's a really neat idea, because you're right, there's tons of apps where like you drill down so much and it's so hard to like, if you want to get back to a certain spot and not lose your place, or if you by accident go either too far or too, you back up too much. This is a really cool interaction here.
So it looks like they're trying to make this the push and pop interaction more customizable so that people will come out with more novel ways.
Because the 3D touch was always super cool, but it didn't really do that much. But I've noticed in the iOS 10 beta, there's a lot more interaction happening here.
Well, and a lot of people haven't bothered to implement it, and this may be another way of sort of pushing that.
Chris, did you notice any in any of the Apple apps? Do you think they're using this anywhere yet? I can't think of any good examples.
Yeah, I can't think of any either. I'm sure they'll have something maybe in the next beta.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next betas.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for showing us.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
we have here today Biscuit, aka Michael Thomas, or Michael Thomas, aka Biscuit, however you like it.
Biscuit
and
works.
Biscuit works, just Biscuit. What API tickled your fancy this week there, Michael?
So, if you guys haven't heard yet, iMessages is a lot like Snapchat and Facebook Messenger now. So, I went over two things. One, I went through the basic make your own sticker pack, which was fun if you want to spam your friends, or Chris Mays in this case. I think he's getting tired of it. So, I went through that first, and then actually I looked at the example code Apple gave for building an actual application extension, which
you make ice cream cones with your friends.
Yeah, so you make ice cream cones with your friends, which is really cool because you can send them a message and like they can build upon that message, and it doesn't send another message, it actually just replaces it.
Right, I didn't realize when the beta first came out that you could just keep putting stickers on top of stickers, on top of stickers, on top of stickers. You can put them on top of like normal messages too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone gets just in a normal old text message, you can plop a sticker over top of it so nobody can read it.
Cover up what they
Yep.
said.
So show us what you got.
Alright, so what I have here, this is the Apple example running where you can build your own ice cream. So we start out here. We don't want to use one of these predefined ones because that's no fun. So I'm going to start off. I'm thinking Fancy Bowl.
Ooh, yeah.
So we select Fancy Bowl.
Someday.
And I asked my friend, let's build an ice cream.
This fun ice cream.
So
So this is cool too. You can switch between each user.
Whoa,
in the
now.
simulator now, right?
this Cinder is not on my contact list. So yeah, this is the other user that comes with the simulator. Fun fact, you can do iMessages in a simulator now. I guess that's another thing too. So I'm thinking whatever this is supposed to be, that's going to be the scoops.
It's got marbles in it.
Yes, marbles. So as you notice, it actually doesn't send like another message. It replaces that one, and it has a bit of history here, so like you can kind of keep progress.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah.
Can you control that? We started creating an ice cream text.
Yep.
Do you get to make that?
Yeah,
text?
you get to control that. So now I go back here. So as you see, the conversation changed here with the original user, and then let's finish it off with.
Well, this is super cool.
This seems right, but let's do this.
It's like that Mario 3 like card game.
And yeah, that's pretty much it with the actual running of it. We've finished an ice cream, guys. Congratulations.
This is really cool.
So let's
One
look.
ice cream message.
Look at that. I think too, it actually might show up in your recents now.
Oh,
It
nice.
does, and this is actually the other user too. So the thing about this, if you don't have an extension installed that that the other user has, so say if I have the ice cream thing, but Andrew here does not,
Right.
it will actually take you to the iMessages app store. Like
Okay.
it'll show you like the little preview of it, but it'll
So
take
you
you
can
to
still see the content. It just and then it links you to a way to like here's what you need to actually interact with this.
It'll
Yeah.
say like right below the message made with ice cream maker or whatever this is
Yeah.
called, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
All right, sweet. So let's see how that actually works. A typical Apple fashion. This one came bundled with an app, and there's nothing there. Because these are actually extensions. I don't know if you can actually do an iMessage extension by itself. I know you can do sticker packs by themselves, and it's something actually to check out.
Right.
But until then, you have, when you do the template, you will have a messages view controller, which is the stock stuff. It has a couple states here, and one is will become active, so that's actually when the application is, you swipe over to it or tap it. It's kind of like your app delegate callbacks. You have your will transition, which, as you notice, it starts like in the half screen mode,
Right.
and then it'll go to the full screen mode. This is where all that presentation logic's kind of
Okay.
handled.
I'm still getting used to the new Swift 3, like the 4 conversation with. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. So let's see here. So this is where I know you were asking about earlier, where you can actually control those states.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of where that's happening. So what it's doing is you have a conversation object, which is the current conversation you're in, and then you have the selected message, which is the one, I think it's the most recent.
Right.
I'm not sure if you can override it or like select others up there. I would assume yes, but that's
That's this MS conversation object up there. It's that.
yes.
So
This guy right here. Well, that, of course, don't know what I expected. Yeah, the MS conversation object up here is the current one, and then you can get all your messages from that as well.
Right.
So that's how it's getting the state and knows to replace that one. So here is where you do the history parts.
Okay.
So
cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's nice.
So the message objects have captions. They have a couple things, but the captions are one being used here, which goes to the bottom. And as you, how is it doing that?
So this is their code, or Apple's.
This
test?
is that. Yes.
Okay.
So it looks like what it's doing here. It's picking up like what part of the ice cream bar you're at when it like loads its view controller, and I guess that's where it decides it's going to set it at.
Right.
Kind of strange it started it there, but teach their own.
Yeah.
I guess this happens when it loads, and
Cool. Then if it's complete, there's where it is. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So that's really all that's going on there. Well, they have a lot of stuff going on here. So this is the actual collection view you saw earlier, where you were swiping across to see what part of the ice cream I want. Da-da-da.
So it really is it's like your little app inside the Messages app.
Yeah. Another cool thing too, I was actually just watching the presentation on this. They really emphasize the point that you can include Apple Pay with this. So
right. So you can like buy a new sticker or something while you're in there.
Yeah, or you could. I think in the examples on the keynote too, they were talking about like is it Square Cash? So
right.
Yeah. You can integrate all that stuff. You can actually pay your friends back.
Oh, it'd be cool to like you could drag dollars intervals of fives and then press a button and it turns into a cash or something. Everyone could chip into a pile of cash to like pay for a bill or something.
You contribute to the pile of cash.
That's kind of neat. Is there any? So I guess you can make like you have access to like web calls and that kind of stuff. Is there permissions based around that? Do you think?
Nothing outside the standard ATS.
Okay, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really like you get access to everything. You can even get access to the camera, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, neat.
So you could have like I guess you could even make like a little mirror like in your little app there, and you can put all the stickers there. So one less step to know your friends.
That's really cool, man.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. So this is most of this other stuff is just relating to like the actual cell build up. Nothing really to the iMessages bit. So this is an actual code example. However, sticker packs are way simpler. So here is my first example. I have like a really weird obsession with the Doge dog, so of course I went with that. So here you can see I have a couple GIFs I put in here.
So it supports GIFs.
It does support GIFs.
Cool.
It's kind of a bummer. Everything's limited to 500 kilobytes. I guess that makes sense, but when you're looking at these long
GIFs,
GIFs,
through your data plan.
yeah. You can use GIFs. You can use PNGs. You can use APNGs, which I've never used or heard of.
Is that animated?
That's my guess. Yeah.
So is that 500 kilobytes for?
Oh right, is it per sticker or per the whole?
It's per sticker.
Okay.
That would be way worse.
Right.
So yeah, and we can go to the simulator here. Exciting ice cream demo. So we have wow such stickers. So that's really all there is to it.
And you can actually drag those stickers onto other messages.
Can we put a sticker on our ice cream?
Ice cream cone? Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get to.
Uh-oh. The message bar is gone.
Oh no.
My stickers did not do this.
Guys.
That's my disclaimer. All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
There we go.
Beautiful. Bring it all together.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
So yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for showing us, Michael. This is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.